Om Sai Ram, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Before I start Shri Sai Satcharitra Chapter 6, I welcome one and all to my YouTube channel Shri Sai Prerane. Chapter 6. Before describing Ramanavami festival and masjid repairs, the author makes some preliminary remarks about Sadguru as follows. Efficacy of the touch of the Guru's hand. When Sadguru is the helmsman, he is sure to carry us safely and easily beyond the worldly ocean. The word Sadguru brings to mind Sai Baba, the perfect master. He appears to me as if standing before me and applying Udi, sacred ashes, to my forehead and placing his hand of blessings on my head. Then joy fills my heart and love overflows my eyes. Wonderful is the power of the touch of Guru's hand. The subtle body consisting of thoughts and desires which cannot be burnt by the cross fire is destroyed by the mere touch of Guru's hand, and the sins of many past births are cleaned and washed away. Even the speech of those who feel agitated when they hear religious and godly talks attain calmness. The sight of Sai Baba's handsome form chokes our throat with joy, makes the eyes overflow with tears, and overwhelms the heart with emotions. It awakens in us I am He, Soham, Brahma consciousness, manifests the joy of self-realization, and dissolving the distinction of I and Thou makes us one with the Supreme One Reality. When I begin to read scriptures, at every step I am reminded of my Sadguru Sai Baba, who assumes the form of Rama or Krishna and makes me listen to his life. For instance, when I sit to listen to Bhagavat, Sai becomes Krishna from top to toe, and I think he sings the Bhagavat or Uddhav Gita, song of teachings by Lord Shri Krishna to his disciple Uddhav for the welfare of the devotees. When I myself start to write anything, I cannot compose a few words or sentences, but when he of his own accord makes me write, I go on writing and there is no end to it. When the disciple's egoism props up, he presses it down with his hand and gives him his own power, makes him achieve his object, and thus satisfies and blesses him. If any prostrates before Sai and surrenders his heart and soul to him, then all the chief objects of life, viz. Dharma, righteousness, Artha, wealth, Kama, desire, and Moksha, deliverance, are attained easily and unsolicitedly. Four paths, viz. Of karma, Dhyan, yoga, and bhakti lead us separately to God. Of this, the path of bhakti is thorny and full of pits and ditches and thus difficult to traverse. But if you, relying on your Sadguru, avoid the pits and thorns and walk straight, it will take you to your destination, God, so says Sai Baba. After philosophizing about the self-existence Brahma, his power, that is Maya, to create this world and world created, and stating that all these three are ultimately one and the same, the author quotes Sai Baba's words guaranteeing the welfare of the bhaktas. There will never be any dearth or scarcity regarding food and clothes in my devotee's home. It is my special characteristic that I always look to and provide for the welfare of those devotees who worship me wholeheartedly with their minds ever fixed on me. Lord Krishna has also said the same in the Gita. Therefore, strive not much for food and clothes. If you want anything, beg of the Lord, renounce worldly honors, try to get Lord's grace and blessings, and He honored in His court. Do not be deluded by worldly honor. The form of the deity should be firmly fixed in the mind. Let all the senses and mind be ever devoted to the worship of the Lord. Let there be no attraction for any other thing. Fix the mind in remembering me always, so that it will not wander elsewhere towards body, wealth, and home. Then it will be calm, peaceful, and carefree. This is the sign of the mind being well engaged in good company. If the mind is vagrant, it cannot be called well merged in him. After quoting these words, the author goes on to relate the story of Ramanavami festival in Shirdi. As Ramanavami is the most celebrated festival at Shirdi, another fuller account as published in Sri Sai Leela magazine of 1925, page 197, is also referred to, and a summary of the festival as related in both these accounts is attempted here. Origin. One Mr. Gopal Rao Gund was a surveyor in survey department at Kopargaon. He was a great devotee of Baba. He had 3 wives but had no issue. With Sai Baba's blessings, a son was born to him. In the joy that he felt due to this, an idea of celebrating a fair or Urus occurred to him in the year 1897, and he placed it for consideration before other Shirdi devotees with Tatya Patil, Dada Kote Patil, and Madhavrao Deshpande Shama. They all approved of the idea and obtained Sai Baba's permission and blessings for it. Then an application was made to the collector's sanction for celebrating the Urus, but as the village Kulkarni held against holding the fair, the sanction was refused. But as Sai Baba had blessed it, they tried again and ultimately succeeded in getting the collector's sanction. The day for the Urus was fixed on Ramanavami after having consultation with Sai Baba. It seems he had some purpose behind this, with the unification of the 2 festivals, the Urus and the Ramanavami, and the unification of the 2 communities, the Hindus and the Mohammedans. As future events showed, this end or object was duly achieved. Though the permission was obtained, but other difficulties cropped up. Shirdi was a village and there was scarcity of water. There were 2 wells in the village. The one in use dried up soon, and the water from the second was brackish. The brackish water was turned into sweet water by Sai Baba by putting flowers into it. As the water of this well was insufficient, so Tatya Patil had to arrange to get water from outside. Temporary shops were to be constructed and wrestling bouts arranged. Gopal Rao Gund had a friend by name Damu Anna Khasir of Ahmednagar. He also was similarly unhappy in the matter of progeny, though he had 2 wives. He too was blessed by Sai Baba with a son, and Mr. Gund prevailed upon his friend to prepare and supply 1 flag for the procession of the fair. He also succeeded in including Mr. Nana Sahib Nimonkar to supply another flag. Both these flags were taken in procession through the village and finally fixed at the 2 corners of the masjid, which is called by Sai Baba as Dwarka Mai. This is being done even now. The Sandal procession. There was another procession which was started in this fair. The idea of Sandal procession originated with one Mr. Amir Shakkar Dalal, a Mohammedan Bhakta from Korla. This procession is held in honor of great Muslim saints. Sandal, that is chandan paste, and scrapings are put in the thali, flat dishes, with incense burning before them and carried in procession to the accompaniment of band and music through the village, and then after returning to masjid, the contents of the dishes are thrown on the nimbar, niche and walls of the masjid. This work was managed by Mr. Amir Shakkar for the first 3 years and then afterwards by his wife. So on the same day, the 2 processions, the flags by the Hindus and Sandal by the Muslims went on side by side and are still going on without any problem. By this, I am completing Sri Sai Satcharitra, Chapter 6, Part 1. Om Sai Pranam.